All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHIM Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. And I'm not sure when I'm going to title this lesson yet. I might just end up titling it as the days of Noah, right? So as is written in Romans 15 chapter, for whatsoever things that were written aforetime were written for our learning, right? So going into the generation of Noah, what was happening in that time, right? To where the Lord flooded the entire planet Earth and just delivered 8 souls, all right? What were people doing to make the Lord so mad, okay? But what was Noah doing to make the Lord so happy, okay? To have hope, okay? You know, being found righteous, pretty much being found righteous in that generation, okay, as it is written. All right, how was Noah found righteous in that generation? What was he doing to get delivered from that great judgment, okay? To find favor in the Lord, all right? Going into the generation of Lot, all right? What was happening in that generation to where the Lord had to rain upon Sodom and Gomorrah, fire and brimstone in those neighboring cities, all right? And destroy all those people, all right? But only deliver just Lot, okay? Righteous Lot, all right? So going into the times we're in now, all right, what is happening now? Hey, there's no new thing under the sun, okay? So here we are in 2020, all right? This place is doomed. This place is getting ready to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, all right? So what are people doing to make the Lord so angry, all right? And then going into the Lord's elect, what are they doing to make the Lord, have favor on them, okay? And the short answer is they have faith, and the rest of the people do not, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. This is Hebrews 11, and I'll start at verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. Please who? Please YAHAWASHI, okay? That's the job of a servant, to please his master. All right, and it's impossible to please your master without faith, okay? So, and what is faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, all right? So going into faith, all right, it takes faith to believe in YAHAWASHI in his name, okay? Yahawah, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, and YAHAWASHI being the name of his only begotten Son. It takes faith to call upon those names, okay? Why? Because you don't see them, okay? It takes faith to believe in prophecy, all right? The testimony of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy. It takes faith to believe in that. Why? Because it is not yet seen yet, okay? It's not seen as yet, okay? All right, going into the destruction of so-called America by thermonuclear missiles, okay? It's not seen yet. It takes faith. It takes faith to believe that these men you see out here in the highways and byways are the prophets of YAHAWASHI, okay? Because why? Because it's not as seen yet, okay? That's why the Lord said, then shall they know who are my chosen, okay? Then shall they know a prophet have been among them. Why? Because those things that they were saying came to pass, okay? Jeremiah 28:8. That prophet shall be known, okay? When the sayings which he says through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI come to pass, okay? It takes faith to believe in these men. Speaking of Apostle on down, all right? So you can't please the Lord without faith, all right? So I'm gonna continue on reading, and it's more than it's faith and works. Faith with the action tied to it, which is works. All right, so I'm gonna keep reading. It's Hebrews 11:6. I'm gonna get to that point. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. All right, this is verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, okay? Because why? Because Habakkuk 2nd chapter. All right, the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. All right, so I'll read again. Hebrews 11:7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet. So what are we being warned of? All right, this place is going to be destroyed, okay, by thermonuclear missiles. Okay, the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. We're being warned. All right, but it's what? It's not seen as yet. Okay. But this is the point. I'm going to read again. Hebrews 11:7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear. All right? Moved with fear. All right? And that's the point I'm trying to get at. Move with fear. Okay? this place has no fear of YAHAWASHI. Okay, you know, and that's why, you know, going into the unbelievers of this world, you know, they don't know what's going on. Okay, because they don't have the fear, and fear is the beginning of knowledge. All right, in Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. All right, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay, and what, Sirach 25:25, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. All right, and faith is the beginning of cleaving onto him. All right, so I'm reading again, Hebrews 11:7. By faith Noah, being warned of the Most High, things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house. So that's why the Lord said, you know, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay, while all this stuff, okay, this wickedness is going on in this world, what were the people doing? Okay, so what was Noah doing? He was preparing an ark. All right, and what were the people? I'm gonna get into that parable, you know, going into Matthew 24th chapter, which here I'll just paint in a better picture. You know, I'll actually get the scripture at the actual precept. Okay, this is Genesis chapter 6. I try to paint a better picture. So Genesis chapter 6 and verse 11. All right, the earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, this is verse 12. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Right, so that's why the Lord is so furious. He's furious. Okay, this is verse 13. All right, but what's I'm gonna get the precept, but pretty much, you know, while the ark was being prepared, all right, the Lord was had patience. Okay, and that's what's happening right now. Okay, I think it's if I'm not mistaken, it's 1 Peter 3rd chapter. All right, it says when once the long suffering of the Most High waited in the days of Noah while the ark was preparing. Okay, where in the few that is 8 souls were saved by water. But here, this is Genesis chapter 6. Yeah, Genesis 6, and I'll read 12 again. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Verse 13, and the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Okay. All right, so there you go. That was happening in the planet Earth in the generation of Noah that made the Lord flood the entire planet Earth. Okay, but going into Noah, all right, Noah found grace in the eyes of YAHAWASHI, because why? Because he was found righteous in that generation. Why? Because of his faith. Okay, the Lord warned him, told him to build an ark, and what did Noah do? He moved with fear and started moving. Okay, started building. All right, and that's what we're doing now in this time. Okay, spiritually, we're building a spiritual ark. Okay, you know, and the deliverance that's gonna happen this time, you know, is gonna be those so-called UFOs being the chariots of YAHAWASHI. Okay, you know, going into the strangeness of our salvation. All right, but I'll go back to Hebrews 11 again. Hebrews 11:7. By faith Noah, being warned of the Most High, things not seen as yet. Okay, all right, here, let me get this. Is Romans chapter 8 verse 24. Romans 8:24. For we are saved by hope. Right, so Noah had hope by the building of that ark. He was going to be delivered in his household. Okay, but why? Because of his obedience. The Lord told him to do something. He did it, and he understood that, hey, if he did what he was supposed to do, the Lord was going to have favor on him. All right, he moved with fear. Okay, Hebrews 8:24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doeth he yet hope for? Okay, so Noah had hope that he was going to be delivered, okay, from this ungodly generation that he was involved in at that time. Okay, so that's where we are today. Okay, we have hope that we're going to be delivered from this unrighteous generation that we're involved in right now. Okay, because we're in the world, we're here. Okay, and judgment's going to happen here. So how are we going to get out of here? Okay, it's going to be through YAHAWASHI. Okay, that's our hope. All right, so this verse 25, and this is the point that I'm trying to get, is Romans 8:25. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Okay, suffered it. Okay, because why? What was happening to Noah while he was building? He was being mocked at. He saw everybody having a good time. What do you say? They were eating, drinking, marrying. Okay, and Noah, what? He suffered it. Why? Because he had faith that YAHAWASHI, fear and faith. Okay, that he was going to be delivered. Okay, because Sirach 25:25. All right, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. All right, and faith is the beginning of cleaving onto him. Okay, if I'm quoting it correctly. All right. So fear is beginning of the Lord's love. Okay, and fear is what? The keeping of the commandments. What is love? The keeping of the commandments. That's the whole duty of man. Fear the Most High, keep his commandments. Okay, the Lord commanded Noah to build an ark. Noah moved with fear, prepared the ark, saved his household. Okay, so that's what we're doing right now today, in this time being of the hopeful elect. This is Hebrews 11:7. By faith, Noah being warned of the Most High, things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir to righteousness, which is by faith. Okay, and that's what we're hoping to be, being joint heirs. All right, onto the kingdom of heaven of YAHAWASHI. Okay, because why? Because we're suffering it. Okay, all right. So going in, hey, John the 3rd chapter, light has come to the world, but men love darkness rather than light. Okay, that's the condemnation. All right. So right in front of your face, you have the blueprint, you have the example. All right, going into Mark the perfect man. For end of that man is peace. Okay, but what? People love darkness because they don't understand judgment. All right, they don't fear YAHAWASHI, so they're gonna have to learn after death by pain. Okay, so here this is hey, I'm gonna go here. This is Romans chapter 3 and verse 3. What if some did not believe? All right, what if some did not believe? And that some is a lot. Okay, because this world is filled with incredulity. Okay, but the Lord said, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble you. All right, trouble thee that speak against thee. All right, people speak against Noah. People are speaking against Lot. All right, so on and so forth. All right, going into all our righteous forefathers. All right, the Lord found favor in and delivered them. All right, what was happening to them? They were being persecuted, being mocked, laughed at, disrespected. Okay, cast behind them. All right, being casted away. All right, their words, being disregarded. All right, being strangers and aliens in their own household. All right, so what's happening to us? Okay, in this generation. Okay, the same thing. Okay, so we're in good company. We're in the right place. Okay, but the point obviously is finishing. All right, but I'm gonna read again Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Because they don't believe, does that mean it's not gonna happen? Okay, verse 4. God forbid. Yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as is written, thou mayest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So that's the point right there. Okay, that thou mayest overcome when thou art judged. Okay, because we're justified by our faith. All right, because we believe. All right, that's why Romans 1st chapter, as it is written, the just shall live by faith, which is it's quoting a precept from the Old Testament. I'm not sure exactly, but as it's written, the just shall live by faith. Okay, Galatians the 5th chapter, for we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith. Okay, and I can get this real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil. All right, Noah foreseeth he foresaw the evil. He moved with fear. Okay, because he knew the Lord was getting ready to judge the planet Earth. All right, so that's what we're doing here today. Okay, following the examples of our forefathers, our righteous forefathers. All right, it's Proverbs chapter 22 verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. All right, so there you go. People passing by Noah, laughing at him, scoffing at him. All right, they pass on, but what? They pass on and they're gonna get punished. Okay. All right, but I close out here going into the actual, which might be the title lesson. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, here just Matthew 24 and 37, going to the parable. Matthew 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. All right. So again, where do we stand in this generation? Because the Lord's making a comparison. All right. As the days of Noah, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay. Verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Right? That's what we're getting ready to do. We're getting ready to enter into the ark. Okay? Being delivered from this unrighteous generation. Okay? Us being hopeful elect, getting beamed up out of here. Okay? Verse 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. All right? So going into that flood, the Lord's, many floods are going to come upon this place. Okay? Ultimately, the NLBL, thermonuclear missiles. But the Lord gonna send Esau, Edom, so-called white men on 2/3 of wrong people. Okay, that's why the Lord said, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Okay, but what the balance is, the Lord's gonna lift up a standard. Okay, he's gonna lift up a standard for who? His elect. Okay, but I'm gonna go read again. It's Matthew 24:39. And knew not until the flood came, so that till the wrath came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay, so that goes into, like it says in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, going into I might have to get it real quick because I'm drawing a blank right now. Which I quote it all the time. What manner of there it is. Going into what manner of person ought we to be in our holy conversation and godliness? Okay, I had a little brain fart, but nonetheless, the Lord in the same chapter, the Lord said, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. Okay, say where's the promise of his coming? All right, they're willing, going into them being willingly ignorant. Okay, which I'm just breezing through. All right, 2 Peter 3rd chapter. All right, but that's what's happening today. Okay, because the Lord's getting ready to destroy the world of ungodly men. Okay, so going into where do we stand? Okay, being of the hopeful elect, this goes into making your calling election sure. All right, to the best of our ability, keeping the Most High's commandments. All right, and for righteousness' sake, doing what we're supposed to do. Okay, so the Lord can ultimately have favor on us. All right, but that's pretty much it. Jake, go back in the gig, but that's the point. All right, as the days of Noah. All right, which I'll end up probably telling the lesson, but nonetheless, all right, Lord's words be edifying. As always, want to give all praises to YAHAWASHI, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole of Israel. Shalom.